Hi. Okay, it's been more than a week, I'm sure. And most of that week has been spent trying to get all the wargame stuff off this table, which has been really big job. Almost there. So the main table here and that table mostly available again. And in the meantime, I did get the two kits delivered, which I'm going to speak about a little bit now. Now, I know that some of you are not, the crossover between plastic modeling and RC modeling and cars and all sorts of things is not huge. So there's, and not to mention the ships and so on. So I did investigate making a second channel so that it didn't get too sort of mixed up, but in the end I've decided to keep it all on the main channel, and this just means that if you see the radio control planes video coming up and that's not really your thing, just skip, just wait for the next plastic model update, and vice versa. I don't know how often the RC plane videos will be recorded. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, let me speak about these two kits. So I thought I was getting the TopFlite Texan and the TopFlite Corsair, but I'm slightly glad that I didn't get the TopFlite Harvard, because this is Marutaka, which is a better kit. It's also quite rare to get this one. I'll just show you that picture close up. Now, they didn't do the best box art compared to this TopFlite. TopFlite really did an awesome job with that. But this Harvard Texan is 72-inch wingspan. It's 1/7 scale, and this Corsair is 61-inch, and I believe it's close to 1/8 scale. So that's quite nice, and it's got this spun aluminium, or I think it's called spun aluminium, cowling. And not only that, the cowling is actually correct, or close to correct, in that it has this angle. Now, this one's probably been created with the same angle all round. Now, the actual Harvard doesn't have the same angle all round, but a very nice, and I'm sure it's the only kit with a nice aluminium spinner. Not that I think there's anything wrong with this. Is the base piece for the Corsair. So that's just that ring there, and then the main piece is inside. Both of these pieces are out because, amazingly, both of these kits that I got have hardly been unpacked. And what I mean by that is they've been unpacked enough just to look at some things and take out a couple of things by the previous owner. In the case of the Harvard, this had been assembled, and I'll speak about this now, whereas on the Corsair nothing has been assembled, but it has been looked at. But do you think I could get the stuff back in the box, having taken it all out and looked at it again? Both of them couldn't get all the stuff back in. I probably did take pictures as I was unpacking it, and I could have tried to pack it back exactly that way. But that often happens with the plastic model kits as well. Very difficult to get the stuff back in for some of the boxes. Anyway, very happy with both of these kits. These are very nice. This is, well, they both standoff scale. TopFlite is not exactly the most accurate, but I'm hoping, and I will possibly do comparisons to accurate sort of 3-view diagrams if I can. Whereas that one, I do have full blueprints, so I will do a comparison and see how accurate that kit is. Now, I know there's no expectation that it's more accurate than any of those released in the period. I think both of these are 80s kits. I don't know if there's a date on them. I think they're 80s kits. However, I think this Texan might be more accurate than I think it's more accurate than the TopFlite, and it's possibly more accurate than, and I don't even know what others were released at that time. I have seen a few, but I mean, I've seen them built, but I don't actually know what brand names. I don't think Pika did one. Oh, this was, well, when I say this was, Royal reboxed mini Marutaka kits. I don't know if they actually reboxed the Harvard. Maybe Royal never actually released a Harvard. So I don't know what happened to Marutaka, but a long time ago it ceased to exist. And amazingly, this kit is almost in its complete and original packing positions, wrapping papers, except for the fact that these parts were taken out. So when I got this, I looked, as I would, down to see if we were good on construction, and it was pretty warped. And I thought, well, that's very unfortunate. And then I looked at why it was warped, and the reason is that it had lain in the box. It had lain in the box like this. I can't remember where that spot is now. But one of these was there, and then the box top was pressing it down. So it actually crunched in a piece of the big spar, and it was warped down. I put some water on that yesterday. I sort of wet the area a little bit and then held it over the kettle for the steam, and I steamed it, and I gave it opposite pressure. Not only has it completely removed the rather large dent, it's I also managed to straighten it to a degree where I think it's virtually perfect. So that was pretty good. Looks like some tapering was done on this side, but not on this side yet. Or tapering was done on both sides, but not quite the same, because you can see it looks a little bit thicker. I haven't scrutinized this for build quality in much detail yet, so I'm not sure if I'll keep all of this, but I might. What's more important is that when I get to building the Harvard, I would actually like to compare, horizontal stabilizer plan form, fin plan form, main wings plan form, side view of the fuselage, to get an idea of how accurate it is. The canopy looks very good, and I don't mean only on that picture, I mean looking at the actual thing inside. Very nicely molded with good frame lines, canopy frame. The TopFlite one, I think it's the TopFlite one, is really awful. Wrong position and too thick and so on. So I'm actually looking forward to building it and doing a little bit of work to improve it. Exactly how much I don't know, and I won't be starting it too soon because I've got a number of other projects on the go, and we certainly have to finish Wheelie, or get Wheelie on the go, and the Marina boat. Those are the two projects which I would like to get completely out of the way before I even touch these. The Corsair, I'm not in too much of a hurry, but probably slightly more in a hurry than the Spitfire, but we'll see anyway. And I'm sort of in two minds as to how much effort to put into that Harvard, because I have my own 1/7 scale Harvard, full blueprinted version. So not sure if I just build this one as is, but there are some areas which are a little bit less than appealing, like the wheel covers, the top surface of the undercarriage bays, possibly some areas around there, and of course internal detail. We'll get retracts. and I will also do a full box, you know, looking at all the parts, just not quite set up with the camera angles and space right at this moment. But just thought I'll give a bit of a catch-up looking at what I've just received. And it's actually very rare, I think, well, certainly in New Zealand, to find untouched versions of these. Very happy with that. Plastic modeling has been essentially untouched in the last week, so we've still got the little Piper, which needs its diorama, so I've sort of got a base for that, and I just need to make a little hanger out of card or corrugated. I'm not sure. So probably that's the next thing that I'm going to be putting together loosely, is a little, not a hanger, a shed. Hanger would be too large for that. Just a little shed. What else? Nothing else really to say at this point. So anyway, just catching up, and I hope you've been modeling. Add your comments to what you've been doing, or post your pics on the Facebook page. Okay, cheers.